We have one world, one planet that we call our home, and she's not very happy. When she cries, it floods. When her tears dries up, we get droughts. When she's angry, we feel the ground beneath us tremble. She's been desperately pleading with us, telling us that we are consuming too much. She can't take it anymore. We need to stop. We need to stop consuming so much. Everything we use, we consume, has an environmental impact. The sneaker we wear produces 14.5 kilos of CO2. The burger we eat produces 2.35 kilos of carbon dioxide. On their own, it's not really much. But when we start consuming a lot of it, it all adds up and it becomes a problem. I have a friend. He loves sneakers. He's what you call a sneakerhead. I call him a sneaker freak. 3 years ago, he told me that he has a collection of sneakers, around 200 pairs. That was 3 years ago. So now, I can only imagine that his collection has grown. He doesn't need 200 pairs of sneakers, nor can he use it in his whole lifetime. In fact, the collection can probably last him more than 2 lifetimes. Somehow or other, the sneaker brands have figured out a way to make him want and ultimately buy all these pairs of sneakers. And the bigger problem is that he is not alone. Sneaker culture is so big right now. And it's only growing bigger every single day. So imagine every year you're getting more and more people who are like my friend, who will have a collection of more than 200 pairs of sneakers. And that is a problem. So how did this come about? How did this craze start? It started in 1984 when Nike found and sponsored a young superstar by the name of Michael Jordan. His earnings was so great that everyone, including myself, wanted to be like him. We want to be like him so much that we bought everything he wore. I chose this picture not because it's an iconic one, but because I even had that red handband that he was wearing. So that was how much I wanted to be like him. And that's the power of endorsements. That's why brands sponsor superstars like Michael Jordan. What they are trying to do is to make us just want it. And it works really well because now, if you think about it, every single megastar out there is somehow or other sponsored by one or more brands. The sneaker brands are not alone in this quest to make us just want it. Every retail brand is trying to do that. Toy companies are working with movie labels now to make movie collectible toys. Luxury brands have always made us feel more successful when we carry their products. And fast fashion has made it so affordable to buy clothing that we can practically change our wardrobe every single month. And all this is leading us to consume more and more and more. But this has to change because it's impossible for our finite world to cope with the infinite growth of our consumption. 45% of the global emissions is created just from the production of the stuff we consume. And if we keep growing our consumption infinitely and do nothing about it, I believe the world will die. So we got to change. We got to reduce our consumption. We got to become more conscious as a consumer. We got to change from being bargain hunters to quality hunters, where we buy better made products that will last a lifetime. We need to buy what we need, not what we want. We need to buy because it's better for the planet, not because it's trendy, popular, and what everybody wants. If we can do all these, I can guarantee you that we will consume far less. So how do we create conscious consumers? Through education. We can educate them through media, social media, through events such as TEDxPetalingStreet, where I'm sharing with you right now. And of course, schools and universities. But I'm here to propose you a more radical channel. I'm here to propose that we do it through retail. What? Retail? Didn't I just say that retail is one of the key causes of us over-consuming? That's exactly the point. Retail created consumers. So isn't it possible that a conscious retailer create conscious consumers? That's what I believe. And that's what we are setting out to do in Remedy. So how do we create a conscious retail? 1 year, 10 months on, I'm still asking that question. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to make Remedy more conscious. But I can share with you how I started. Before Remedy, I spent 6 months thinking about how am I going to do it. It was a blank. I didn't know what to do. Then one day, I thought, why don't I just reverse engineer the conscious consumer? Why don't I think about what they will want to see in the store? And what can I do in this store to make people change? Those two principles is what I use to create Remedy. So point one, how conscious consumers want to buy what they need, not what they want. So how do I sell what you need but not what you want? I am no fortune teller. I can't predict what you want before you come to what you need before you come to the store and magically put it on the shelf. But I can do what's next best. I can try not to make you want. How do I do that? I hire people that do not know how to sell. I hire people that are not from retail. So now I hire people that are from education. I hire people who work in NGOs. I hire people who work for social enterprises or want to work for a social cause. Because they want to evoke change. And this is exactly what we're trying to do. Next, we do not want to do any promotions at all. This is totally unlike retail because in a typical retail store, when you go in, they'll first welcome you. Welcome. And the next thing is that the next line will sure be a promotion line. Oh, by the way, we are running buy 3 and get 25% off. So even if I initially want to go in to buy 1 product, I ended up with 3 because I got seduced to buy 3 products because I want to get the 25% off. So this is not what we want to do in Remedy. Although I say that, we still have to run some promotions because we have to clear away expiring products. But I think with time, we can get to a point whereby we can truly be 0% off. And the third thing I do, I leave you alone. So if you come to the store before and you find us very neglectful, I apologize here. It's not we are trying to be rude. We just don't want to influence your buying decision. We want you to consider carefully and make that choice your own. So in doing this, we're trying to reduce our impact on making you want. And hopefully when you buy a product from us, it's because you need it. Next, conscious consumers buy things that are better for the planet. So let's stock things that are better for the planet. So how do we do that? We did it by going 100% local. Because local products don't have to travel thousands of miles, take airplanes, cross oceans to land in Remedy for you to buy. The next thing that we did was go more natural. So in Remedy, we stock natural products. Because there are two things. Natural products use less energy to make because it's less processing. But two, natural products are more biodegradable. So it's not just better for us, but it's more digestible for the planet as well. And the third thing we advocate a refillery lifestyle, encouraging people to come with their own bottles and packaging to buy a refill instead of buying newly packaged products. But this year, we went a step further. We started looking at products that's using waste as an ingredient. So much so that I started to get a new nickname. Now my friends call me the rubbish engineer. So when I see them, they'll tease me, oh, here comes the rubbish engineer. And that name kind of stuck. So allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Jon. I'm the Chief Rubbish Engineer of Remedy. I would like to take this chance to introduce you two of the few products we have that's made from waste. One, this is a coaster. This is 100% made from ocean-bound plastic that's recovered from cleanups. So these coasters are made from plastic waste that otherwise are not addressed and would have been left to rot in the environment. So it's super meaningful to me. This is also very interesting. This multi-purpose wash for home use is actually made out of oil that's collected from F&B stores. So this may very well be the oil that is used to fry the ayam goreng that you eat in your nasi lemas. By stocking all these sustainable products, it's not just to make it available for you to buy. It's so that we can actually make it interesting for you, make you want to find out more. And hopefully, you will start looking at products with a different light. Next thing we want to do, we want to change people, right? So we need to be able to attract people from all walks of life. There's no point in just attracting the sustainability advocates because they are already changed. So to do so, we need to look damn good. So I invited one of my good friends, Pris, to help me design the store as sustainably as possible, using old furnitures as well as sustainable materials. So I'm happy to announce that Remedy is actually 70% upcycle. And if you look carefully enough when you come to the store, carefully, you'll find evidence of this. So if you go behind the counter, you'll see this green cabinet. This is actually old. This is from Anatomy, which occupied the store before. And if you look around, you might find signs of material use. It's actually not so new. It's actually old. And if you look around the store, there's extensive use of cardboard furniture and fixtures. These fixtures are 100% biodegradable and made from recycled paper. So if one day Remedy is to close, I know at least the discardment of all these fixtures will have a lesser impact on the planet. Last but not least, I want to change people. So to do that, I firmly believe that we need to lead by example. We need to walk that talk, because talk is cheap. So in Remedy, we are not just a retail store. We're actually an upcycling center. Whenever we are not busy doing retail work, we'll be doing upcycling work. And most of the time when people come in, right, they will see this toaster oven. It's always usually running. And they'll be wondering, what cookies are we baking today? We're actually not baking anything. We're just drying coffee grounds that we are collecting. We collect every day from the cafes nearby us. And then we give it out free to you and teach you how to make products out of it so that you don't have to buy from me nor anyone else. Another thing that you might see is this fridge light thing. It's not a fridge. It's actually a sanitizing machine. So we collect bottles, containers, and then we stuff it in here. We sanitize it and we put it onto the shelf for people to take free as well. We do this because we want to make sure that the upcycled bottles that we put there is 100% safe for you to use. And you have no excuse not to use it. Not saying that, oh, it's not safe, it's dirty. So this is safe. And the last thing you will notice is this area. This is where we keep all our upcycled packaging that people donate to us. We use it for our e-commerce deliveries, but more than that, we also allow anyone to come and take it for free, irregardless whether they buy anything from us. When we started this, we have sort of become an packaging epicenter, and the retailers around us have started to come into our store to take packaging and deliver, to do deliveries as well. So this simple thing we did actually empowered community to do upcycling. So I'm super proud of this. By doing all this, we are showing people that we mean it. And by letting them see it, they believe. And they become more willing to learn. And hopefully, they'll become more conscious as a consumer. So I want to end this talk with some wise words from someone younger, yet wiser than me. She said, as consumers, we have so much power to change the world just by being careful about what we buy. I agree with it completely. These words define what we are trying to do at Remedy. Just as retailers create consumers, retail cannot exist without consumers. So if all of us become conscious consumers, retail will change to be more conscious as well. So I would like to formally invite you here to join me in this journey to make the retail world a more conscious one. Only then our world will stand a chance to survive. Thank you very much.